Conservative New Media viewers, NBA fans around the world, what's up? We have some breaking news. It's really tragic for the NBA and particularly for the Washington Wizards, and it is this. Star point guard John Wall, the starter, of course, for the Washington Wizards, who have been performing well in this postseason, has suffered multiple fractures in his left hand and left wrist. Now, obviously, it's going to be assumed that John Wall is going to miss the remainder of the postseason or be severely hampered if he tried to play with some type of a brace or whatever. I haven't heard what he's going to try to do or whatever, but with the injury this serious, multiple fractures, you're going to have to think that he's going to need to sit out. I certainly would if I were him or his team. Look, this makes things much more easy for the Atlanta Hawks, certainly, who are the top seed in the East and who are currently tied one game apiece with the Washington Wizards in that conference semifinal in the East. And it also gives more incentive to the Chicago Bulls and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Their path to the NBA Finals probably just got a little bit easier. Washington looked to have control of Atlanta, although Atlanta bounced back in the second game, but now Washington has home court in that series. It was kind of shaping up that Washington might be a serious challenge to get through if they were able to beat the Hawks. This clearly changes that equation drastically, and the East is basically up for grabs right now. Cleveland's hurting with Kevin Love out and Iman Shumpert now with a groin injury. The Bulls are kind of up and down. They have some nagging injuries going on with Joakim Noah, Taj Gibson, and others. Derrick Rose is up and down himself. Atlanta, they haven't been the same in months. They peaked early in this season. They've had, of course, injuries, of course, to Thabo Sefolosha, and they haven't really been able to regain their mojo. And now Washington just lost John Wall. So the East is completely up for grabs, and honestly, so is the West. The Warriors look like the favorite. They look great until Memphis beat them in Game 2 with Mike Conley coming back. Houston and the Clippers are tied one game apiece. We don't know how Chris Paul is going to be and if his hamstring is going to come around or not. So it's up for grabs. I initially predicted for this season that the Spurs would face the Cavaliers in the finals. I think if the Spurs had beaten the Clippers, there's a good chance they would have made the NBA Finals, but now they're out. And the Cavaliers, of course, losing Kevin Love is an enormous hit to their prospects, and now they might be without Iman Shumpert as well. So really, this is anybody's championship to be had right now. I still think if I had to put a bet down right now, and I'm not really a betting man, I still like where the Golden State Warriors are at, as long as they get healthy. Now, I'm not sleeping on Memphis. Memphis is very good, and the Warriors are kind of a jump shooting team that can go up and down, but I like where they're at right now. And I still like where Cleveland is at, as long as Iman Shumpert is capable of playing. If they lose Iman Shumpert to go along with the loss of Kevin Love, I don't know if they're going to be able to overcome that or not. That is the latest. John Wall suffers multiple fractures to his left wrist and left hand. We certainly wish him a speedy recovery. Feel very bad for the Washington Wizards fans and just NBA fans. There's been a lot of injuries this season. So hopefully John will heal up well, be ready for next season. He had a great year, and we'll keep watching the playoffs, and we'll keep you in tune with everything that happens when important news comes up. Take care. Thanks for watching Conservative New Media. Once again, I am PFE Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert. We'll see you again soon.